Hello, everybody. I think I'm the only one watching right now, but hello. As I said, we're just going to do a little short video here talking about the Tower 3D sale that's going on. I'll pull it up here in a second. Let me flip it over on Steam. You'll see we've already got it on the DLC. But, yeah. The game's also on sale on the Fieldair website. I would suggest buying it on Steam, not only because it's nice to have automatic updates, you don't have to keep going back. Though real traffic, you still have to do that with anyways. You have to keep going to your email link and re-downloading it in the ass. But that's the only downside. And you do have to buy real traffic on their site. Niger's, whatever, doesn't do Steam for some reason. Anywho, and just see the game's kind of it's circling through the images they have, default images, just as TIS. We've only really looked at it once, so you may not know that. There's LAX, Philly, LAX again. That's just some of the games. Like I said, just the game's default image. So you see the game's actually mixed on on Steam, which I can understand. Yes, I've reviewed it. It's in my library. But anyway, so the game, the base Tower 3D Pro is on sale for 50% off right now on Steam, which is better compared to the only 30% off you get through the official website. It knocks down to $25, which is actually a pretty good price. It's probably at that. I'd have to see what they have for regular tower for the 3D version, the non-pro version, to see if it's worth saying yeah, just pick up the pro anyways. Because right now, really, what pro mainly adds is I think it adds a few extra commands, and it has the voice recognition support, which is really nice. But again, it's voice recognition, so it doesn't mean it's going to work for everyone. I'm lucky in that it usually works for me, other than, as you see, sometimes me and it get into arguments with each other. We didn't at least have, so far, the Delta issue that it used to have when it used just purely Microsoft's one, which was ungodly. If you don't know about that, I think I talked about it in my Atlanta videos. In Tower 2011, it used the Microsoft speech recognition program, and that would start to go crazy when you had like 4,000 deltas. It would just start putting just random numbers in there. Or you'd try and get a number and it'd just pick another number, and it was just frustrating. But so far I haven't run into that issue on this one, which is nice. They have the deluxe bundle, which includes San Diego, Atlanta, LA, Vegas, and the Tower 3D Pro. That's actually not a bad bundle. This is all pretty much the airports that the devs have come out with themselves, minus Kennedy. We'll take a look at that in a second. And Boston, actually. Boston's new. This isn't actually bad if you don't have any of them. San Diego, yeah, you can kind of do without San Diego, but Atlanta's nice. Vegas is nice. It's not going to cost any more than buying them piecemeal. If I had to pick one of those, if you just wanted to buy one of these three, I'd probably say Atlanta if you want really busy traffic that's not as bad as LAX. That won't, piss you off. And then Vegas if you want kind of a middle airport, and then San Diego if you just want to sit there and stare at the screen for 4 hours. You can tell I love San Diego, can't you? So, as you see, all the rest of our DLCs here. Logan's only 30% off, putting it at 14. But the original 3, including Kennedy's not a bad deal for 12. Jackson's definitely good. Jackson and Kennedy are pretty good deals at 12, I'd say. Vegas is only 10% off. You could probably skip that. You're really not going to gain a lot out of Vegas unless you just really like Vegas. I have put in the cards, by the way, and I'll section those off in a little bit, but I have in the cards put videos to all these airports. The Atlanta one, I think it's bundled with Vegas on my Tower Tuesdays, but in the cards you should be able, if you click on that little eye icon, it'll have all our videos that we've done on each airport if you're curious to see what they all look like. But yeah, of my recommendations of what's on sale, it really depends on your price ranges. Boston is really fun. It can get very crowded. It doesn't seem as crazy. It doesn't come across an airport that'd be really crazy in a sense, but it's actually a really fun airport to manage. One of its best benefits is you do actually get to play around with a lot of different layouts, because they have like 3 or 4 different sort of runway layouts depending on how the wind goes, and in that place the wind just goes wherever the hell it wants. It's not quite like LAX or San Diego in that sense, where you generally know which direction the wind's going to go, even if you're playing on a random, which I always like to do because you just get the random. It's random. Pretty much, it's like, why do I like playing random? It's random. I don't know why I was going to spend like 3 sentences explaining what random means. It's random. So Boston is definitely one I'd recommend if you want to. It's definitely a fun airport. It's fun to play with the layouts because you get different winds. It's the most flexible of the airports if you just want to play somewhat realistically. Atlanta's really great because it's the traffic of LAX without all the crappy parts of LAX, basically. Unfortunately, you can't turn the power off there, so if you want to, replicate a couple weeks ago, you kind of screwed on that. But otherwise, it's pretty fun. Its only downside, I should say, is you want to have a decent computer because it can lag out like hell. That's the only downside of Atlanta. That's the one thing that would make me maybe go a little like, I like the traffic, but it's really laggy. And you can see that if you look in a couple of our videos. The one video I did, I didn't even use the ground because it's so laggy. I did way early on. I did Atlanta, and it started lagging out so bad that we stopped that series. Yeah, it's actually so bad. Like they didn't model downtown Atlanta in the picture at all, which apparently you can see from the airport because it just would have made the game even laggier. That's how bad that airport gets. That's its only downside. That may make you want to kind of, if you're saving money, you don't really have a super powerful computer, you might be like, you might want to stick away from that. Unfortunately, because it's really a fun airport, but what can you do? If that is the case, I'd go Kennedy then. Kennedy can get a little laggy itself, but it's pretty good. It's with real traffic. It's so far I haven't really hit it where it's super exciting, fun times, but it's Kennedy. It's pretty decent. Yeah, and then of course LaGuardia is just 10% off. That's why I'd probably skip it. But it's actually really, if it was a little bit more, I'd say it's probably, or you just don't mind spending the $17 on it. It's really fun. I think it's actually cheaper on the Fuel Air website. I'll have to go pull that up in a second, but that may be an option for LaGuardia or for Vegas. But I definitely enjoyed LaGuardia. It's a 2-runway airport, so you wouldn't really think it's that fun. It's like, oh well, how could this be fun? It's kind of a mid-range 2-runway airport. It's great because they intersect, so it's real busy really easily. Even for being a mid-range airport, everything gets kind of backed up really easily, and you'll see that if you ever check any of my videos out. Of course, I'm kind of crap at the game, but that was surprisingly a fun airport. I wasn't actually expecting that out of LaGuardia of all places, so that's definitely one to check out. Again, I would look at getting that off the Fuel Air website if it is cheaper there. I'll take a look at that here in a second. See if I can pull it up. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can pull it up on Steam, which is what I'm running on here. I may have to go to a display source on that, so it may be a second if we do that. But yeah, so that's pretty much my little sale talk, my little recommendations. My recommendation, if your computer can handle it, Atlanta is great. If not, I would go Kennedy or Boston, depending on which one you prefer. My preference is probably Boston over Kennedy. As much as Kennedy's not bad, I just really haven't had a lot of time on Kennedy, and I haven't had as much fun on Kennedy as I have on Boston. I really do enjoy playing Boston. If you're not as concerned about discount, LaGuardia is a great airport for a nice mid-range airport. Vegas is nice too, but it's not $18 nice. I wouldn't really, I'd wait for that to go on a bigger discount unless you're buying the deluxe bundle. And San Diego, it's kind of, I'd watch the video and see if you're interested in that airport. I really don't. It's a little too slow for me, but it's a good learner airport, I guess, if you want to kind of get a little practice in without being at St. Thomas, where there's just nothing going on. It has its moments, but for the most part, San Diego's probably the most skippable of them. Especially because if you really want to learn, Philly's a little bit better probably as a learner airport than San Diego. It's kind of a good balance of multi-runway operations and not super busy though. Yeah, as I said, I'd go either Kennedy or Boston unless you have the computer to run Atlanta. Then Atlanta is definitely worth it if you want a really busy, fun time at an airport. Otherwise, again, Boston or Kennedy are your best options, or just take LaGuardia despite the relatively weak discounts. Let me turn this over onto our thing for a second, and we're going to see if I can pull up the Fielder website and see if there's anything on here we should actually be checking out. Oh, I should mention the Fielder website is going to be the only place you can get real traffic, which is 25% off right now on there, which is a pretty good option. It's actually more expensive than it used to be for 2011, but it's basically $9.99 plus 25% off. So I mean, you really can't live without it, though. I feel like, unless, I mean, if you like generic airports, it might not be bad. Generic airlines, excuse me. But for the most part, I'm guessing if you're into this, you probably want real traffic. So you kind of got to bite the bullet on it. So now is a good time to bite the bullet on that and get the at least you get 25% off, so it's not as expensive. The real colors are also in there. They're all mostly 25% off. You can get the bundle, which is your best deal. It's $14.99, but it's 25% off. You get LAX, Philly, and St. Thomas, which will fill quite a bit of your air. Pardon me. Will fill quite a bit of your real color needs. You may want to get real color JFK as well, because I'll get you some of the international airlines. And once you have all those, you can probably skip Atlanta. I don't think it adds too much. I'm not sure about the rest of them. I haven't tried yet Vegas or Boston. I'd assume Boston adds Cape Air. But you're really only going to probably run into Cape Air if you're in Boston, at least so far. So, and I think LaGuardia does have Cape Air. I'll have to look at that. I can't remember. Other than that, I'm not actually sure what all the other real colors are adding. Maybe you get those three, but definitely look into the real color bundle if you're willing to pay the. Will probably be. Let me see. Why am I going to try and do math when I can just have someone else do it for me? Interwebs, interwebs. Stop being so slow, interwebs. So it's $11.24 for the real color bundle. That gets you Philly, LAX, and St. Thomas. That's if you're interested in having realistic liveries. I mean, it's not a. It really depends on your aesthetics for me, because I do a lot of recording. I obviously bought those because I felt like it would. People aren't going to be as interested in seeing, like, here's a blank Southwest plane, here's a blank American plane, here's a blank plane now. I'm pulling up on here. LaGuardia isn't on sale on Tower 3D website, so I would suggest, if you really want it, get it on Steam. It's nice having it on Steam. Again, that it being only 10% off, it's one of those if you really want it. And honestly, for 10% off, I'd say you could probably skip it. I like it. I think of the airports that we're going to pay 10% off, only a 10%er off on, I'd do LaGuardia. But that's, again, if you really like it. I can see definitely saying, yeah, wait until it goes cheaper. You're not going to miss out on a ton, but it is kind of a fun to runway airport. But definitely, there's plenty of other options in that 30 to 40% range. That will probably give you plenty of entertainment if you want to save a few bucks. Phoenix also is only available on the Fielder site, and it is not on sale, so don't worry about Phoenix. Unless you're really into Phoenix, like for me, it was pretty much a must-buy because Phoenix. If you watch my video, it will be pretty obvious why. In that, just in the map, I could point out a lot of stuff. So, Phoenix is one of those must-buy for me, no matter the price. But it's $20, not on sale. If you're just looking for stuff during the sale, during this Christmas period, go for the stuff that's on sale. You can always come back and get Phoenix later when it goes on 25% off or something. You're not going to miss a ton. It doesn't have that much of a difference in between. You're playing kind of mini LAX. Is the best way you can probably put it. Not really worth the few bucks it's going to cost you. You know, the 20 bucks it's going to cost you, especially with a lot of other games on sale. So that pretty much covers it. Like I said, I'd pull up the Fielder website, but it was being really pain in the ass when I was trying to do it in my testing of recording. So, and again, you're not really missing much on there. Anything that was on sale on there is on sale on Steam cheaper, other than the real color bundles and the real traffic. I'll post the link to the Fielder website though if you want to check that out. Otherwise, yeah, hop on Steam if you don't mind using Steam and get yourself some pretty decent deals. You're looking at least, about 10% extra off to almost 20% extra off the base game there. on Steam compared to buying it through Feeler's website. I don't know why they did that, but hey, it's what they did, so there you go. How about cover it? Hopefully, let me know what you thought. Again, if you're interested in any of those maps, they should all be in the cards. Me playing through them, you just want to kind of skip around and kind of check it out. Don't feel like you have to watch the whole thing, obviously. I wouldn't probably watch the whole thing if it was myself. And I'm the one who records them. That tells you a lot, right? Suboptimal. Oh, speaking of, long as we're real quick towards the end here, long as we're talking about sale, and this video is like 15 minutes long anyways, because I ramble. Ramble. Suboptimal. I do plan on, right now, if I can get myself to actually do it, because we know how I am about doing anything. I'm good at having plans and then not going through with them. Yeah. Nothing says professional YouTube like, well, in my fairness, I'm not a professional YouTuber. Not says professional YouTuber like, yeah, we're gonna do this series and never do it. So, anyway, we're planning to, my plan is to try. Note the try, so I have a qualifier if I don't do it. Record some little videos on some of the games I've bought during the Steam sale. Just to see if anyone's curious or kind of looking for certain deals. It'll probably be next week when I have less work and less family around. Since I've been working the last 2 weeks, unfortunately. So next week I'm probably going to record little videos on as I get a chance to play more of these games. I've played 1 or 2 of the ones I've bought so far, but I want to get through more of them. It's kind of going to be a mix of... There's a couple AAA games in there. There's a few strategy games. A lot of strategy games will probably end up in it. A puzzle game. And a couple others, but... when they come, we'll get to it. In the meantime, I will catch everyone later. Hopefully, we'll see this Tuesday. I might try... No, wait, I'm working this Tuesday. Never mind. I keep forgetting Christmas is on a Monday, and that today's Sunday. Sorry. I was going to record, say I will record a tower video finally, but we might do a tower video Wednesday, we might do a sale video Wednesday, we might do both Wednesday, we might do something Wednesday, who knows. Magics and stuff. Anyways, I'll catch everyone later.